Hey folks, happy Saturday night, and hopefully you're not all frozen. It is damn cold here in the Big Smoke, as we call it, and man, it's been a whole week of super cold weather, but yeah, so hopefully you're all inside nice and warm, and I just wanted to do a live show. I haven't done one this year. This is my first one of the year. I think the last one I did a Christmas thing. So that would have been the last one. So it's been almost a month. So I figured, what the hell? I'm not gigging. All my gigs got canceled for January, February so far. And but we did get a whole bunch of calls for March, April, and May. So hopefully by then we'll be out. And then I won't be able to do these things because I'll be out in a bar somewhere annoying some people. But as for now, I'm still home and... No gigs at the moment. But let me just say hello to the folks that have decided to come in and hang out. And I'm going to start right at the very top. Mitch Heyman, how are you? Thanks for being here. Zach Thong, nice to see you. Spencer Cron. Spencer, I just saw your video. You guys do that Billy Joel song. We do it as well. You guys did it really well. Awesome. Nice job on that. What else we got here? Let's go down. Okay. BC Rich, 581, how are you, man? Nice to see you. Tim Thomas, how's it going? Guitar Man 45, thanks for being here. Man, some names I haven't seen in a long time. BB Mate, well, I haven't seen anybody in a long time. It's been over a month since I did this. Rick Hefner, nice to see you. Janice, hope you're doing well. There's Paul Lou, Papa Blue. Bluesman, there's a new name. Unless you've changed your name, Bluesman, let me know. But welcome. Terry Himes, how are you? Cecil Music, how's it going? Dwight Bailey, AZDH85224. Welcome. Man, that's a mouthful. All right, I think I caught everybody. Welcome, everybody. Let me just do this real quick. I'm just gonna get this. There we go. Now I get the YouTube chat up, which is a lot easier to follow. Cool. Yeah. So like I said, I haven't done one in a long time. I'm going to not a huge agenda tonight. I got a couple of original songs that I want to do tonight. As some of you know, or most of you know, I think I'm up to like 16. I have 16 original songs that are on my channel. They're also on all the streaming services. So go over and give those a listen. You just got to type in Guitar Hack and 16 songs come up. A lot of instrumentals, and then a couple where I attempt to sing. Yeah, Rob212, man. Long time no see. How you doing? Wally in the Box. How's it going, man? Yeah, a lot of folks I haven't seen in a while. Yeah, so go check those out. Just go to your Spotify or whatever you use and hit Guitar Hack. And so I'm going to do a couple of those, and then wanted to talk a little bit about acoustic guitars tonight. That's been my most recent obsession. So I'll get into that a little bit. Yeah, I'm doing good, Rob. Just like I said, just no gigs and freezing. So I guess it's not so bad, because if I was gigging, I'd be carting my stuff through the frickin' snow and you know, loading in and loading out in the snow time. In the winter time is never fun. So, but yeah, well, welcome everybody. Thanks for showing up. So I decided tonight to pull this out. Still love this thing. Still a great guitar. You know, PRS. I know there's a lot of hate, but man, when you find the right one, they are really great instruments. Just really nice, easy to play. The action is amazing. The neck, this is a pattern thin, which is the only neck that I like. It's the only neck that I like on a PRS is this. This is the only neck that I like. So if you're not, if you don't know what a pattern thin is, if you know what a 60s slim is on a 60 slim on a Gibson, this is basically the same neck. Playing acoustic set tomorrow with my Martin. Nice, Paul. I bit the bullet and joined the Discord app. Oh, cool, Zach. So Zach, if I don't know if Mitch can do it. I'm on Discord. If you want a link, let me know. We can send you a link. You don't have anything booked till February 12th. Yeah, we had one, I think, on the 19th that just got canceled. So I don't think I'm going to be out there again until probably, by the way it's looking, March. You didn't like the S2? AZDH? Yeah, this is, if you're not familiar with PRSs, this is the CE. The CE is like the more, when I say least expensive, I mean nothing PRS is inexpensive, especially American, but of all their American-made guitars, this is the least expensive. That being said, you're still looking at, in Canadian money, you're over $2,000 and they don't even give you a case. And that's why there's a lot of hate for PRS, among other things. Yeah, exactly, Wally in the box. As long as you enjoy it. Your birthday's February 12th. I'll be 51. I remember when I was 51, Rob 212. That's a few years back, yeah. So I got before I get into the whole acoustic talk here, let me do one of the tunes. So one of the tunes I want to do is actually my most recent. It's called "In From the Storm," and I don't know. It's I'll play it and I'll let you guys decide what it sounds like. It's a rock song, like most of my stuff, but there's a lot of other elements to it, and if anyone has any questions about it, like if anyone has any, because this has been coming up in conversation lately about how do you write songs, how do you come up with riffs, things like that. We can get into that a little bit too. Not that I'm like a great songwriter or anything like that, but I mean, I can tell you how I come up with stuff, and if that maybe helps you, if that's something you're interested in. And the other thing too that I recently got into now is I'm started to do some home recording, which we can talk about as well if anyone has questions. I just put out a video on my channel how to record. Like I've got a little Mackie mixer, you can see a little bit of it here on the screen, and Reaper, and I'm doing a little bit of that, and that's really helping out coming up with like song arrangements and stuff. I do basically now I can do most of everything at home. And then when I want to do the final recording of it, I usually do all my recording at my brother's place because he's got a really cool setup for that. So, Guitar Man was 58 8 years ago. Now he's 29. I'm permanently 29. That's the good age, eh? All right, so let me pull this one up, and hopefully you guys will dig it. If you haven't heard it, check it out. It's on my, like I said, everything's on my Spotify list. Okay, this is a song. Oops. This is a song called "In From the Storm." So let me just get rid of this. So there you go. That was In From the Storm. Hope you dug that. I was using the wrong pedal. I wanted to use a little lighter gain. That's why I was flubbing there at the beginning. But we got it. We got it going. William De Silva, welcome, man. Hope you're doing well. Thanks for being here. Cool. Sounded good, Mitch? Yeah, I usually do like a couple of rough passes with this and kind of, try to, so you can hear this, but you can hear the track and, not try to overpower one or the other. And so, yeah. Mic is a bit low, though. Okay, cool. Let me fix that. That should be a lot better now, right? Okay, cool, cool. Sounds good to me. Cool. Yeah, so the acoustic thing. So I actually did buy an acoustic guitar. It's something that sort of I'm gonna blame people that are in this chat for me buying an acoustic guitar because some of these people are bad influences and get me to buy things that I'm kidding. But anyways, yeah, I did buy a. I don't have it with me though. I thanks, William. Appreciate it. I don't have it with me though, because it's actually getting fixed. So, I always had a little bit of trepidation with an acoustic guitar. I generally don't like guitars that require any kind of maintenance. And with acoustic guitars, especially in this climate that I'm in, I mean, it's friggin' freezing outside, so you got the heat on the house, and then that dries everything out, right? So, I no, Spencer, I haven't done a video for it yet, and I'm gonna wait till I Pink Floyd covers, yeah. No, I haven't done a video for it yet. I will when I get it back, and I wanted to, get a little bit better with the. I used to have an acoustic guitar for years, and I got pretty good at finger picking, and I kind of lost that ability. So once I get that back and I can play it and sort of show it off decently, then I will definitely do a video with it. Smoking music on the inside one's cool. Hey, John the Dark Wizard, how are you, man? Bobby Lopes, how's it going? But I'll tell you what I got. It's the Washburn, God. It's the Martin, 13E. Anyway, it's got a cutaway, and it has electronics in it. It has a Fishman pickup in it, and it's one of the. When I went to try a bunch of acoustics, there was like I went to a place that had 4 walls of acoustic guitars, and I played. Oh man, I played a lot of them, and I kept coming back to this particular model, and man, this thing just blew away everything else in the store. I mean, there's no prices on any guitars, so I don't know what anything costs in there, right? And that's this particular store. And then I find out later that I was playing guitars that were like 3-4 times the amount of money of this one, and I still dug the sound of this one. It was just the best sounding guitar in the place, and it's not cheap. It's a Martin, right? So it's like I think is it Mexico that Martin makes their. Somebody on here will know. But it's basically I think it's a Mexican made Martin, but it's in Canadian money it's still $2,000. It's a lot of money. SE13E. There you go. That's the one I got. Guitar Man 45. That's the guitar I got. So I have it. I had it. And, I have a month. So I was, making sure I really wanted to keep it. And then I noticed the other day that I was getting around the 10th fret on the high E. I had like dead notes, right? I had a couple dead notes there. So I thought it might have been like a raised fret, or maybe that needed a little truss rod adjustment, and I was still within the 30 days return. So I took it back, and the guy said to me, "Man, this thing is drier than a bone." So I have to, when I get it back, now I got to get into the whole humidifying, and I just hate the idea of having to like worry about a guitar going to crap. Like electric guitars, who cares, right? Like they, well, not who cares, but there's no maintenance required. But acoustic guitars, there's some maintenance required. Jesse's Guitar, how are you, man? Good to see you. So yeah, and I had some conversations, about Martins and Taylors and this and that, but for me, not being other than the Ovation I owned for years, I'm really a novice when it comes to acoustic guitars, and I find that I just love the sound of a Martin. It's just the kind of the best to my ears. It's the most classic sounding, if guitar, like what I want to hear is like the guitaring of those 70s guitars, like Zeppelin. I know Jimmy played Guilds and he played a few different brands, but I know he played Martins as well and he played Gibsons. But I really like that woody kind of warm tone, and the Martin just, yeah. But when I get it back and I can play some decent stuff on it, I'll do a demo. The only issue is, for a demo, it won't be a complete demo. Reason being is I don't have an acoustic amp, so I can't demonstrate the pickup on it. I can't really let people know how good the pickup sounds. It's cold. Yeah, it's cold. Very cold up here. You know what, Tony? Welcome to the channel. Yeah, I was thinking that too, like just throwing a humidifier, plugging it into the room, and as long as it has a built-in kind of humidistat or whatever you call it, hydrometer, whatever the term is, to monitor the, you know, the the humidity in the room. That's one option. The other option is they threw in one of those Oasis things that you fill up and you put in there. The tone sounds good. You mean this AZDH? Yeah. If anybody has any questions about what I'm using or the song or the riffs or any of that, just feel free to. That's what this is for. This is my way to interact with everybody. Because when I'm doing the ranking shows, and I've got one coming up actually in about 3 weeks. I'll give you guys a preview. The next band I'm going to be talking about is UFO. So we're going to be doing a top 5 UFO with myself, Martin Popoff, and Pete Pardo. I think that's the 26th of February. I think we're doing that show. And also, I'll give you another, what do you call it, preview what's coming up. If you guys saw my Cheap Trick show, there was a gentleman on there named Doug Broad, who was the editor for Spin Magazine. Now he's an editor for the Toronto Star, and he's wrote a really good book that I'm actually reading right now, and I'm going to have him on as a guest. Okay, he's interviewed like every rock star that you could imagine, and there's going to be a lot of Kiss, Cheap Trick, Aerosmith, Stars, all those bands from that era, because that's what his book is about. So we're going to get right into that. So I'll have Doug on as a guest. I want to finish reading his book first, but once that's done, I'm going to have Doug on. So we got some cool stuff coming up on the channel. Hopefully interesting music talk that you guys might enjoy. Minus 14 in Niagara. It is minus 15 right here now, Tony. You're in Niagara, eh? Cool. Another Canuck. I have a small evaporative in the room. Don't use the ultrasonic ones. Yeah, that's another way to go. I got to figure that out. I got to get Eddie Trunk. Yeah, Eddie Trunk's, that's your new name to the chat. If there's anybody new coming in, there's a few names that I don't recognize. Feel free to like and subscribe. Got a lot of content, live shows, a lot of music talk, gear talk, all kinds of stuff. So if you're into music, guitars, check out the channel. Yeah, I know Eddie's a huge UFO fan, but so is Pete Pardo. So that's why I asked him to come on and join us. Yeah. Crappy Tire has them. Yeah. I've been looking at that. Tony. Bluesman, you are new. Okay, so welcome to the channel, man. Hopefully you'll stick around and subscribe. Yeah. So somebody was asking what I was playing through. I think you're AZDH. I think you're talking about the AmpFX interface. So I'll tell you what I'm using right now. So obviously you can see them. It's PRS. So I got my pedal board by my feet here, and for that, this. That is the my favorite, and I did a video on this pedal. This is my Wampler Euphoria. I did a video on this. This pedal's just blowing me away. So it's a Wampler Euphoria I got going on with little flashback delay, my Hall of Fame reverb, and I swear by this too. At the end of my pedal chain, I have an EP booster, okay, which is always on, and I have the gain at 0. Now you're gonna say, why the hell would you have an EP booster on your pedal board and keep it at 0? Rather than tell you, I will show you. So hopefully you guys can hear this. So this is no EP booster. EP booster. You can hear it right away. It just, that at the end of the chain, it's almost like it just brings everything to life. Everything ahead of that, it's like taking the best way to describe it, I've heard described as taking a blanket off your amp. So that pedal is always on. Always on. Very cool pedal. ZDH line 6 HX top, loving it. Yeah. I had the HX effects. I have since sold it, not because it was bad, but I do prefer pedals. I like the pedals better. But the Stomp has one thing that the HX effects doesn't have, and the Stomp has your IRs. So you can play around with that. That's a whole other worlds of tone possibilities. And that, I think the IRs, when it comes to the HX stuff, I think that's the secret sauce. And if you don't have the IRs, the effects alone, I don't think for me, at least for me, I don't think they cut it for me. But anyways, that's to answer your question. That's what I'm using. And on that track, trying to remember what guitars I used. I think I used a Telecaster. I always double my guitars. It'll be usually I use a Telecaster and a Les Paul combination. And the Les Paul uses that one right there. That's my favorite guitar. It's my RO. I bought it used. Got a wicked deal. Would never buy one new. You got to sell a lung to buy a new one. But that's my best Les Paul right there. Okay, let me get caught up here in the chat. See if I'm missing anything. 17, yeah. So John, when I'm guys, so that you understand, when I say it's minus 15 here, I'm talking Celsius, not Fahrenheit. I don't live in the. I am north. Actually, I'm further south than most U.S. states in reality, but I'm not in the Arctic. So yeah, when I say it's minus 15, I'm talking Celsius. When I say it's the frozen hack, I don't mean literally. So don't get the wrong idea. But yeah, so the acoustic guitar, I will have it back probably in a couple of weeks, and I will do a video with it, kind of half a review video because I'll only be playing it acoustically. And I did actually record some tracks for Bobby Lopes that's in here with that acoustic guitar, and I just used this same little mic. This is just a Scarlett, your regular Scarlett mic. I used this, and it actually sounded really good into Reaper. So this, what I'm going to be using, because it's the only condenser mic I have. It's what I'll be using for that video whenever I get around to it. So, oh yeah, it's very cold. Well, it's much colder than it is in Florida, Paul, for sure. Big G! Hey, buddy, how are you, man? Get better soon, Gary. Get better soon, man. That sucks. I just had my third, the booster. I had it on Thursday, And everyone I talked to got real sick when they had it. I felt a little bit ill yesterday, the day after, but I mean, other than being a little groggy, I'm okay. So, but to get the real deal, yeah, I've been fortunate so far. Nobody in my family or myself has had it, but yeah, man, get better soon. Yeah, let me know if anyone's got any questions, gear wise or recording wise. If you want a real quick little video how to arm and just start some Reaper tracks, check out the video that I did. Recording it. It's literally called recording guitar tracks with the Mackie Pro. I got a Mackie Pro FX. It's 6-channel. It's the smallest one they make. It's really all I need. And Reaper. Reaper is really good. I am really impressed with Reaper. And once I learned how to use it, and if what I showed you in that video had someone shown me, I would have loved it right off the bat. I don't. Oh, cool. ACDH downloaded Reaper after seeing your video. Really enjoyed the video. Oh, thank you, ACDH. Yeah, you know, sometimes it's just like, because you watch these. I don't know if you guys are the same as me, but I've got the you know, the attention span of a gnat. You know, if I watch a tutorial video on how to use something and they're going into like, oh, it can do this and it can do that and it can do. How about just showing me how to turn a damn thing on and do some basic tracks, right? Just cut to the chase, you know, and that's what I try to do with that video. It's like, look, here's how you bring in, you know, here's how you bring in a backing track. Here's how you, and then you just add guitar tracks, right? So bing, bang, boom, arm it, record, you're done. That's it. So I try to kind of just cut to the chase. All right, thanks for popping in, Gary. You know, I try to cut to the chase and show you that this is how it goes and just kind of leave it at that, you know. Can you do a lot more with it? Sure. But I mean, in terms of what I do with it, I mean, I showed you basically 90% of what I do with it. So, and I did a backing track called In a Mood, which came out, I think, yesterday. It's one of my improv tracks, and I invite anybody who wants to do that. I put a link. You know, so anybody, it's, you know, we'll call it a challenge or play along, whatever. You know, if you want to do that track, I put the link in there. And for that track, same thing. I downloaded the audio, I imported it into Reaper, and I played into Reaper, and then you render it, and you can render. Here's the other great thing about Reaper, especially when if you're passing tracks back and forth. You know, you can isolate your stems. You can send individual tracks, which are what we call stems. You can send all that stuff. If you want to hear kind of what it sounds like all together, you can do a master mix, and you just render it master, and everything comes out. You know, you can make it a WAV file. You can make it an MP3. You can set your sampling. You can set your all this. It's, you know, go to options and preferences, and it's all there. So, Sixteen Brian, how's it going, man? Nice to see you. Cool. And, you know, like I said, I'm, you know, when it comes to learning new software, I'm probably one of the worst examples of getting into that stuff. But, you know, once you learn some couple of steps, you know, you're off to the races. Mike is himself. How's it going? Jesse's Guitars, if I haven't said hello. Yeah, and I mean, and if you want to dig deep, there is a ton of videos on how to use Reaper, and you know, you can download it for free and use it pretty much for as long as you like. If you want to buy it, it's $60 US, and it's a one-time fee. You know, if you're just if you're a non-commercial user, which most of us would fall in that category, it's $60. But James Severin, how are you? Welcome everybody. Thanks for coming in. Yeah, it's been a long time since I've done one of these. You guys are talking about guitars. Yeah. Oh, my brain is. The rest of my chain is you're hearing the Friedman Runt 20 DI into the mixer, and the backing track I did, that's what I used, and that when I did the video recording guitar tracks in Reaper, it was all Friedman DI into the mixer. No, I didn't mic any amps. Didn't have to. I mean, the DI on the Friedman Runt is it's sick. it's good. Brian Katara and Half Face, welcome. Thanks for popping in, Wally in the box. Nice seeing you, man. Yeah. So if any, we're doing a bunch of collabs right now. I'm doing collabs with Bobby. If anyone wants to do a collab, wants to work on a piece of music, feel free. My email is down below on my page if you want to send me an email and you want to do like a tune or you want to, whatever. Send me an email, and I love doing that stuff. Now that I have the ability to do it, so it's a lot easier for me to record tracks and do things. Yeah, thanks, Janice. Yeah, hit the like button. Hit the like, and if you're new to the channel, consider subscribing. It's a very light overdrive that I have on right now. The next tune I'm going to do is going to require my other weapon of choice, which is the Lawrence Petros 74 pedal, which is what I use for heavier gain. When I say heavier gain, it's heavier than this, but it's not like, kill your grandmother gain. It's just a little more thicker than this, but yeah. But yeah, if you're an electric player and you've never thought about getting an acoustic, Isaac is coming Tuesday to lay down the bass track. There you go. So Bobby and I are going to have a bass track on our guitar and drum track. So there you go. Cool. Thanks, Bobby. That's cool. Yeah, like an acoustic guitar, like it's if you get one that sounds nice and it's easy to play. And the Martin necks are like guitar. It's the same neck as this. It's like a PRS Slim, or a or like a Les Paul 60s. It's a nice slim neck. It's very easy to play. The one that I have, the SE13 or 13. Somebody put in the name here again. I'm so bad with name. But anyway, the one I have comes with 11s too. So, it's most of them, will come generally with 12 gauge strings on them, and they recommend 12s. I kind of heard a rule of thumb that, I don't know, but this is a rule of thumb that generally for an acoustic guitar, you go 2 sizes bigger than what you play on an electric. So on an electric, I play all 9s because I have hand issues. So, two sizes larger would be an 11. So if you play 10s, then maybe a 12 would be better for you on an acoustic. I don't know how much weight I want to put behind that, but that's what somebody told me. So, but yeah, it's it'll pull different stuff out of you if you write music and you write original stuff. I mean, within in a store trying it, I wrote a song. I mean, immediately. It's like, because it just has a totally different vibe, and it just pulls different stuff out of you. So there'll be an acoustic song coming from me. The next original song that I do, that's like not a collab, it's like just myself doing it. It will be an acoustic song. So there you go. I mean, it's just it's an amazing tool. It's really good. I think everyone, if you're an electric player, especially if you want to write stuff, I would highly recommend an acoustic. Paul Lou has the Martin GPC 16E. I have no idea what that is. I am not, again, I don't know I don't even know the name of the one I own. All I know is it's got a cutaway. It's got the heel joint is also cut away, so you have full access up high. It's got a single cut in it, and it's the first innovation Martin has done in 200 years of making guitars. That's all I know. And after picking it up and out in that store and deciding this was like the best sounding guitar in the store, I find out that it won Best in Show at NAMM 2020. So it's like, you know. Anyways, I swear I don't work for Martin. I'm not getting any money from Martin from saying all this stuff. I played a Larry Vay the other day that was also incredible, but also another $1,500 more expensive. So. My Taylor 416 CE is a very nice acoustic. Neck profile very similar to PRS, pattern thin, and sounds amazing. There you go. Yeah, I feel weird talking about my acoustic guitar that's getting fixed, but but yeah, what first thing they said is before we fix that fret, we gotta humidify this thing. It's dried out. So okay, so I got the next song I got pulled up here is kind of it seems to be a lot of people's favorite of all the 16 songs that I've done. People dig it. It's another instrumental. It's one of the heavier tunes that I've written. And the song is called Escape. And I need the heavier drive for this. So I'll pull this out and give this one a go, and give this one a listen. And again, all these songs and more are all available on any streaming service, iTunes, Apple Music, Spotify, you name it, it's there. Just search Guitar Hack and you'll see a whole bunch of stuff come up. Alrighty, so let me get this one going here, and we'll do a little Escape. There you go. That was Escape. Hope you guys dug that. That's seems to be everybody's favorite. Sound good? Mix was good. Everything was good. Okay, cool. What's going on here? Thanks, Bobby. It's easy to play along with something that's already recorded. Yeah, but I have to. It's when I do my own stuff. I have to. I literally I have to practice them like crazy because I haven't played them since I recorded them. Oh, lost my sock there. But yeah. So that one, both of them I actually had to relearn, and a lot of times I punch above my weight where like I'll make stuff up that I can't even play. It's like, that's the issue with a hack. I get bigger ideas than my hands can execute. But anyways, but yeah, hopefully you guys dug that. Yeah. So that unfortunately the guitar that I used on that track I no longer own. I used I had an Ernie Ball Music Man that had DiMarzios in it, and that's why that thing sounds so punchy and heavy because of those DiMarzio pickups. But yeah, that's I'm sure everybody in here has sold a guitar that they regret. The one that got away, and I've got more than one that got away, but that's definitely one that got away. But I had used that to finance this guy, so it's not like I got something for it, but. Is it as good? Is it not as good? This is a different animal. But I really like playing this thing too. And it's got all the versatility I need. I mean, this model split pickups and 8515s, which I love, whatever. Anyways. But it is what it is. Oh, thanks, Mitch. Mitch is putting the links to my Spotify. Awesome. Yeah, thanks, Bluesman. It's one of the heavier tunes that I've done. I've done a couple of heavy ones. I think Happy Song is probably the heaviest out of all of them. That one, that's like drop D, E flat, and then drop D. So would that be drop D flat? Yeah. that's the lowest tuning that I'll go. I won't go beyond that. I don't get into drop K. I don't go there. I'm too old for drop K. Yeah, but that's about as heavy as I'll go. Yeah. Cool. Oh, Paul Lou, thanks so much, man. Saving one acoustic guitar. That's hilarious, Paul. Oh, shit. Yeah, I'm almost nervous about owning an acoustic because I'm going to fuck it up. I know I am. It's like, I'm going to forget to fill this stupid Oasis thing, and the thing's going to dry up, and then, like the guy at the music store, like, what? You don't humidify your guitar? You want to kill your guitar? It's like I'm a murderer now. Oh, dear Lord. Yeah. All right, we got a few more minutes left here, guys. Let me know if anyone's got any questions. So coming up on the channel, if you're just tuning in, end of the month, February 26th, I am doing a top 5 with Martin Popoff and Pete Pardo. We're doing a show on the band UFO. And if you're not familiar with UFO and you're not familiar with a gentleman named Michael Schenker, do yourself a favor. He is one of the greatest guitar players on the planet. I'm a late comer. I fully admit I'm a late comer to UFO. There was not a lot of UFO Michael Schenker. It wasn't as well known here in Canada as maybe some parts, and but somebody turned me on. I forget who, to Michael Schenker about 5-6 years ago, and it's like, oh my God, this guy's just the melody up the wazoo, never plays the same thing twice. He's digging up riffs and licks and total control over his instrument, and the stuff he did with you. I mean, the Michael Schenker group stuff is very cool too, but yeah, the UFO stuff. I mean, he was, as soon as he showed up in the band, it just became a much better band. And then when he left, well, I'll leave that up to the show, but but yeah, check that out. check out my jam track. My playing over a jam track in a mood, and the link below. I'd like to see a lot more people jump in on that and give that a go. And I'd like to hear what everybody else's take on it. If you haven't heard it, it's something that I like to dabble in. It's got a little bit of jazz to it, so it's like kind of a soulful kind of jazz, but not crazy jazz. I mean, I was able to play over it, so it should be fine. It's in A minor, so that's everybody's favorite key, I think. So check that out. And yeah, if you're interested in recording or Reaper at all, check out the video I did recording guitar tracks in Reaper with the Mackie Pro Effects. Yeah, John the Dark Wizard. It's in listening to what I love about these shows, and I did a Cheap Trick show last month, which if you haven't seen, a Cheap Trick Top 5. That was a really fun show, very cool show. What I love doing these music shows is hey Diane, how are you? What I love about doing these music shows is I'll listen to records that might have gotten through may have fallen through the cracks, and then discover some really great music. Man, when I did the Cheap Trick show, I mean, there was a couple of albums later on that they did that are just incredible, and most people don't really know. I shouldn't paint everybody with the same brush, but a lot of folks probably aren't aware of the stuff they did in the 2000s, and they're putting out records now, one a year. And there's an album they had put out called Rockford, was just incredible, and another one called The Latest, which was the last album they did with Bunny Carlos. And oh my God, I mean, it just gives me a whole new appreciation for these bands, and hopefully turn people on to some music that they may not have heard. Because I know myself, I'm always searching for stuff, right? Like new music to listen to, and sometimes new music is old music that you just weren't aware of, right? So I know, like, a band like UFO, up until a few years ago, for me, really fell through the cracks until somebody turned me on to UFO, and then I turned me on to Shanker. So yeah. How long have I been playing guitar? Um, I should be a lot better for the time I've been messing with it. But I would say, because I've been playing off and on since I was a teenager, but I'd say probably, if I put all the years that, including the gaps, probably 20 to 25. But I should be a lot better than I am, Diane. I'm totally self-taught. Never had the let's just say I never had the opportunity to take lessons, so I kind of had to figure it all out. Life is so much better with music. No truer words have been spoken. Yeah, I mean, when you listen to, like I was saying earlier, with these bands, and going back and listening to some record, or a record that you loved and haven't heard in a long time, and you're just sitting there with the headphones, and it just takes you away, man. And I mean, right now, this is the worst part of the year for me, the whole winter thing. I mean, after football season is over, it's just like it's the most ugliest time of the year for me. And you need an escape, and whether it's playing guitar or whether it's listening to some really good music, man, that that just takes your mind away and puts you in a better place, right? So I totally get that. You've seen Shanker live many times, early 80s and on. Cool, Guitar Man 45. Yeah. I can read music and play by ear. Oh, wow. That's amazing, Diane. Yeah, I never got my reading chops. I was at one point able to kind of read, and then I just, I play by ear. I just got lazy, and it's like, man, if I read this, it'll take me, 10, 15, 20 minutes, and if I listen to the record, I can probably pick it up in 5 minutes or less, right? So, even now, I play in a cover band, and if there's a new song to learn, I'll just listen to it, and then if there's bits I can't pick out, that's when I go to YouTube and I find some guys. And the problem with YouTube is, most of you know, if you ever try to learn music by YouTube, um, there could be 10 people playing the same song, and maybe one person has one part right, another person has another part right. It turns into like just kind of a piecing things together. And then sometimes nobody plays it right, or to right to your ear, and then you find that missing bit. So it's a little bit of a puzzle that way, right? But there's if I was to name somebody that's sort of my go-to, that I think is the best for showing you how to play stuff, it's a guitar. I think it's called Guitar 365 or something. That guy's the good guitar. Yeah, I think it's Guitar 365. He's the best. And when I get stuck and there's a part I can't figure out, and he'll show you a lot of times, not just the rhythm parts. If there's two guitar parts, he'll show you both parts, and if there's a solo, he'll show you the solo. So he's like the best guy out there. Just play from the soul, blues man. Yeah, that's what those backing tracks are for, blues man. It's just, you put them on, and you just wherever it takes you, wherever that track takes you, just let just let it flow, and let it see what comes out, and hopefully you don't hit any bum notes. Thank you so much, Dan. That's very kind of you. Thank you. Saw Shanker in 04. Met him briefly after the show. That is very cool, Spencer. Never met the man. Never saw the man live. Like I said, I'm very late. I'm very late to that party, the Shanker party. But yeah, if you're in a Shanker and in a UFO, check out the show later this month. You'll see me posted a few days before. So if ring the bell, sub to the channel. And I've got music shows on a lot of bands at this point. I've done Aerosmith, I've done Sabbath, I've done AC/DC, I've done Kiss, I've done Zeppelin, Cheap Trick. Recently, I've done Heart. And when I do these shows, I bring on experts, right? Because I'm definitely not the expert, but these guys are, like, I really got to do my homework when I do these shows. So check out any. You just go on my playlist, music reviews, and you'll see a whole whack of Rush. Should have mentioned Rush. You'll see a whole whack of, like, just talking about bands that maybe you don't know a lot about. Maybe you're I want to listen to this band, but I don't know where to start. You're gonna see guys that have, know their stuff, talking about these bands and pointing you in the right direction. Because some of these bands have got 20, 25 albums out. Like, well, which one do I listen to? What So it's very cool. It's a cool discussion too. John Dark Wizard, play by ear easier, and watching when seeing the reading diagrams gets tough and confusing to read. Yeah, the tab, I'm not good with tab. Carl Brown, Guitar 365. Thanks, Mitch. That's the guy I was talking about. Yeah. Had photo taken with him, signed some albums. Very cool. So it was good, a good hang then, Spencer. Cool. So if you want to help support the channel, folks, I have links below. I have Guitar Hack merch, like hats like this. I've got t-shirts, I've got mugs, I've got hoodies, I've got all kinds of stuff. The links are below. Another way to support the channel, there's also a PayPal. That would be much appreciated. And then if I have a Facebook group, Facebook page, those links are below. I have Instagram, that's also below. And check out my original music. That's kind of what I'm all about, putting out stuff. So check that out. That's Go Guitar Hack, Apple Music, iTunes, Spotify, any streaming service, Guitar Hack. 16 originals. I played 2 of them for you tonight. There's another 14 of them. So go give those a listen, and that would also be much appreciated. I want to thank you guys for hanging out on a Saturday night. These are always fun. I love doing these things. If I'm not gigging in a month, I'll probably do another one. So thanks everybody for taking time out and spending an hour with me. I really appreciate that. And you guys have a fantastic rest of your weekend. All right. Take care, everybody. Cheers.